To explain what this is and how it works, you want to use sticky notes like this and find a place in your house that's private, like maybe the wall behind your bedroom door or in your closet. Enough space for you to do this though so that you can see it, and you want to take your time. You don't want to rush. You want to try to get everything that's in your head onto the wall. So what I've got here is different things like time-sensitive stuff, dentist appointment, eye appointment, job hunt, a course that you need for a better job, quitting smoking, a friend problem, paying some bills, finish recording that album you want to do. This is all just for example, and I've got it in order right now because before I just thrown it up there and my tape stopped, so I'm redoing this a second time. Perseverance is important. So anyways, what I've done is I've taken my time putting all of the stuff on the wall, and that's what I want you to do. And now once you've done that, you give yourself a break, except for the time sensitive stuff, of course. You want to take a break and give yourself a day or two and just don't worry about it, because you're not going to forget it because it's on the wall, right? So then after that, you want to come back and then start putting stuff in order. Try to find some kind of sense of order. Like, of course, these time-sensitive things, I put numbers on them just to keep it simple so you'd understand. So yeah, you want to put it in order. Dentist, eye appointment, job hunt, course, etc. Whichever. You want to get it in order. And then once you've done that, I want you to grab, let's grab this one. Different color, right? This here is your barriers. So you want to find out, okay, well, as you're going down your list and you're freaking out about, oh my God, how am I going to do that? And so, well, the job hunting one, I'd stick a sticky note under it and figure out what it is exactly, detail, right? Detail what it is you have to do to make this happen. And let's say the course that you want to take, how much is that going to cost? How long is the course? Can I afford it, right? And what is stopping me from doing this, right? So you want to make sure you get that on there. Quitting smoking, barriers. What are the barriers here? It's hard to do, right? Hard to do. Right, friend problem. What is the problem? So you want to write here, what's the problem, right? What problem do you think you're having with that friend? Paying bills. If you're not bringing in money, how are we paying those bills? Are we cashing in a GIC? Are we taking money from our RSP? What are we doing to pay those bills if we're not working, right? Then you want to also finish recording. Well, what's stopping me from doing that? What's stopping me, right? So now we've got some ideas of what our barriers are underneath these things that we have in our head that are a lot, right? So of course I'm summarizing this to make it simple for you to understand how to do this. Now I'm taking pink because it's has to do with your feelings, passion, right? So now you've got all this stuff up here. It could be a lot more yellow sticky notes of all the stuff that's in your head and stuff you need to deal with. And you've got these ones, which are underneath them, which explains your barriers for reasons why these aren't done yet. Okay, now the next step is you want to take one of these. Let's see, under your friend problem. What do I feel about this relationship that's gone awry, right? What am I feeling? And why? Okay? Also, the same with the paying the bills. How do I feel, about, how do I feel about cashing in on my GICs, right? Now, the other thing also is some things that you're putting off for projects, like for instance, in this scenario, finished recording. What's stopping me? Why am I procrastinating? Right? What's stopping me? Why am I feeling, just mute about it? Okay, so once you've done that and you've got all of your stuff up, and of course, like I said, this could take a month, but you're self-healing yourself, because by doing this, you're figuring out all the stuff that's in your head, some stuff you keep forgetting, and you're finding out what your barriers are with those things for a reason why they're not done yet, and you're finding out what you're feeling from that. And what you start to find out why you're feeling that. So now that it's all on the wall, you can kind of reorganize things or take them one at a time and start figuring out, what can I do about this? First, I want to deal with my feeling about it. Once you've dealt with that, then you understand, what you think is the problem. And you can start putting these two together, maybe with your friend, by approaching your friend again and saying, hey, listen, I've been doing some thinking, and try to get ahead with that. Now, there are some toxic relationships that we all have in our lives, and we, through this process, realize that maybe that's the case. They're toxic in your life, and maybe it's time for you to move on and let this person move on in their direction as well. So, takes care of that issue, right? So now take it out of your head. Don't worry about it anymore. Relieve that stress. So you figure out, well, maybe I can get away with letting go one of my GICs and I can cash up on those bills. That's out of the way now. Right? So now you understand what you're procrastinating about and why. So you start to realize I need to manage my time better. So on all of these, you need to go through and think, how can I manage my time better to make these things happen? Why do I keep coming up with excuses so that I can procrastinate? Okay? Quitting smoking is a hard thing to do. I smoked 2 packs a day, and I stopped by reading a book called The Easy Way to Stop Smoking by Alan Carr. Double R, double L. Is that right? Alan. Yeah, double L, double R. And I quit smoking. I read the book and I quit smoking. Sometimes courses aren't all what they're chalked up to be, and you find out after taking the course that it would have been better had you not taken it. A good example of that is I took a course called Microcomputer Business Applications, and then when I started going out and looking at administration jobs, I noticed one of my 2 things just fell off. It's done. It finished itself. And what I ended up doing was I've lost track of where I was because that thing fell off the wall. How do you like that? It says number 1, time sensitive. I guess you should have concentrated on that because the time ran out on it apparently. But anyways, I'm just saying that's not good, John. Gotta check and make sure we're recording first. And we're back. I'll carry on from where I lost track. It was an interview I had for an administration job, and I was saying that I had gotten a diploma with honors, and they asked me what it was, and I said it was Microcomputer Business Applications, which isn't exactly an office administration certificate by any stretch of the imagination. So, of course, I didn't get the job. So I guess what I'm saying is you want to be careful what course you're taking and what designation you're getting after you finish that course. You want to make sure it's exactly what you need. So some courses aren't really the best choice. So anyways, I'm going to wrap up everything off here behind me. You get the idea. I missed one thing though, and that was the loss of a loved one or a friend or a family member. Dealing with loss is a hard thing to do. There's 5 stages. You can learn about them if you're not aware of them. Look through YouTube on how to deal with loss of a loved one, 5 stages. And that's a good exercise to work through as well. It's different than this one, but nonetheless, it is stages we all go through. I went through them when I lost my father and when I lost my mother. But with this process, you'll figure out, from the person you've lost, what barriers that's created in your life due to the loss, and how it makes you feel, and then maybe it'll help you work through a better way of how to move forward in your life after you work your way through those 5 stages, because everybody goes through those 5 stages at a different time rate, a different speed. Some people take longer, some people go through it quicker. All right, thanks everybody for watching this. I'm looking forward to hearing back from any of you on comments on how this might help you in your life. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.